so give her, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So I have, we're just doing a demonstration here with the Accutane and how to best give it to your child, either orally or through an NG feeding tube, which my daughter has been on. And so I have a 40 pill here for the Accutane. What we usually do is the Accutane responds well to heat. The problem has been with pharmacy trying to figure out the best way to get it into a liquid state so that it can go through an NG tube. And what we're finding is that's a very difficult thing to do. And so we've come up with a solution, and hopefully this helps you. So we take a 40 Accutane pill and put on a set of gloves, and you can see I already have one in my fingers. And usually I just stick it in between my fingers and I warm it up with my body heat. So that'll get the Accutane back to a liquid form. And I'll just take this one out that I've had in my hand. First thing we're going to do, we want to get 100% of the Accutane out of the pill. And it's been very difficult to do that with the needles and syringes, because when you pull it out, it cools off so quickly that a lot of it gets stuck inside either the pill or it gets stuck in the syringe. So when you heat it up, we use needle nose pliers to get as much of the Accutane out of the pill. So I position it so that it's almost 100% inside the needle nose pliers. And then we take a thicker needle. Usually I think this is an IV needle that was given to us. I know that the Accutane now is liquid, so I will now poke it. And you can see a little drop has come out. That's the liquid form. And you can see it just drips into the, as you squeeze it, comes out. And we're putting this in yogurt. So if your child is eating orally, and you can just scoop off some. If your child is eating orally and not on an NG tube, I'll just show you the pill. If you see the pill, it's pretty well all out of there, that we were able to get all the medicine into the yogurt. And basically, Accutane responds to heat and also responds to fat. So we use a high fat yogurt, and you can just mix it in. And if you see that, it's just blending into the yogurt, and you know it's in there, and you just get your child to eat the yogurt. And hopefully the taste isn't that bad, but we had success doing that. So it didn't glob up, and it carries well in the fat. Okay? The second way we're going to do it is take another pill. This one I'm going to have to keep a little bit longer in my hand, just because this is for parents who have their child on an NG feeding tube. And because this pill likes to glob up this medicine, we take a 5 ml syringe. And I usually use a goat milk, really fatty. You can use full half and half cream if you want. This is what they had downstairs. I usually put just about 4 to 5 ml of milk in the syringe. You don't have to heat it, okay? And I pour it into a glass. So I know that there's about 5 ml of milk in the glass. And at the same time, I'm still heating up my pill, so I'm getting it to a liquid state. Again, I'm going to use the needle nose pliers to get as much of the Accutane out of the pill. And I'll do that. So once I keep the pills in my hand, usually a good 2, maybe 3 minutes, just so that I can try to make sure that it's as liquid as possible. Again, slide the pill into the pliers. Make sure that just a little end of it is sticking out, but most of the pill is in. Stabilize it and give the pill a poke. And then drip it into your glass. Now these pills are a little thicker than I'm used to. As you squeeze it down and in, it gets to its drippy state. Now don't worry that the milk is cold. And again, you can see that the pill is flat. Most of the medicine has come out. It is in a globby state in the glass, and that's fine. The milk is cold, so it's gone back to a globby state. What that means is that it's going to be easier to pour it down and into the syringe. So most of the medicine has now gone into the syringe. If I would have heated the pill up more, it probably wouldn't have gone on the sides of the glass like that. But this is what you want. You want the cold milk, and you want probably 90 to 95% of the medicine in the syringe, and cap it. Now just watch when you do this, because there's an air pocket there. It will spray a little bit at the end, and just slowly move it forward so that you have an air bubble like that. What we're going to do now is we want this to go back to a liquid state, even though it's kind of clumpy in there and you see it sticking to the sidewall of the syringe. You come over to your sink and you run your hot water. Doesn't have to be too crazy hot. The medicine responds well in the plastic. And basically what you're going to do is you're just going to move it around, and you'll see it start to melt by moving the air bubble back and forth. And as you do that, you'll see it start to fall off and go into the milk. And you just spin it. And what it's doing is it's heating up the Accutane so much that it's actually pushing the milk out the end a little bit. But you'll see it'll come off the sidewall. And again, we're just moving it around. It takes about a minute or so being in there. And then I give it a shake while the bubble is still there. And now you can see the Accutane is throughout the whole syringe. And just push off the excess, get rid of that air bubble. Okay, so now you have the Accutane is throughout, it's melted through the milk is warmed up, and you apply that into the syringe. So when you do that, it would come out the end, and we'll just do that over here. I'll just show you. As it comes out, you see the medicine is fully coming out. If there is some in the end, we have a warm glass of water that we actually suck up the warm glass of water, and we just keep flushing that into the syringe to get the rest of the medicine out. And that's it.